So in the spring budget of this year, he announced the sort of headlines with the lifetime ISA that he brought in. Another one was the 8% reduction in capital gains tax, which was a very welcome tax relief for everyone. He also brought in the well-known sugar tax as well, which I don't know if Mr. Hammond will make any changes there. So it was kind of, he was sort of looking forward, and the main thing that he did want to do was to reduce the budget deficit by 2020. It was interesting that Theresa May decided to remove George Osborne, given that he'd been Chancellor for 6 years and was established in the government, and going with a sort of safe pair of hands in Philip Hammond. One thing I was surprised at was the fact that Theresa May and George Osborne were both in the Remain camp to remain in the EU. So it was interesting that she decided to go with someone different and remove him. But then I think that was for her to, or for Theresa May to decide that she wanted a fresh direction for her government and didn't want to keep George Osborne as Chancellor and wanted someone new to sort of put forward her direction as to where she wants the country to go. There haven't been too many clues as yet. We were sort of expecting to hear a bit during the recent Tory party conference. The only thing he has really mentioned was that he said that he's going to have £3 billion to use towards the housing budget for the UK. He's going to put, because he's big into infrastructure and he wants to build the country. But in terms of actual investments, so pensions, ISAs, we haven't really heard anything there. So it's going to be interesting, given that, you know, what George Osborne outlined in the spring budget this year. I think it'll be interesting, and see Philip Hammond will be able to sort of make his mark and sort of show the direction that he wants to go in with this budget. But I think any headline figures or headline policies that he will introduce will most likely be announced in the spring budget of 2017. That's when chancellors normally put their headline policies in place. So I think I can't see anything too radical being released in this budget, but I may be proved wrong. So with Brexit not having been implemented yet, Philip Hammond's going to have to be quite careful on this budget, given that the FTSE's broken through 7,000, which I don't think many people predicted after the June 23rd referendum, and the fact that the pound's at a 30-year low. He's going to have to be very careful with how he delivers this budget. I know he will have a huge team behind him to work this out, but it's going to be quite a tough debut to make as a chancellor with this budget. So at Courtiers, we're going to be closely following what developments are happening with regards to the budget coming up, and on the day of the budget we're going to be tweeting all of the key points from Philip Hammond's debut as Chancellor, and this will be then followed up with an in-depth article outlining the key points that Philip Hammond's making in the budget, and of course anything that's in there that will affect our clients with regards to their investments. So please, keep an eye out on Facebook, Twitter and the website for any updates on there.